you should be able to have the world's most frank conversation with him and say, hey, I'm starting to worry about this. Am I crossing the line? Am I walking it perfectly? Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Relationship Theory. I am your co-host, Tom Bilyeu. I'm here with my beautiful wife, whose hair, by the way, is looking very amazing. Lisa Bilyeu. Hello, my dear.
Hello, people. All right, so this question is from Stacey Lee. Lisa, when you were working alongside and helping Tom in Tom's previous active roles in his company, i.e. Quest Nutrition, how was it like being his wife confidant? When did you know to allow Tom and his partners to have their space? I've been helping my husband's company on the side, but sometimes I'm not sure if I'm crossing the line or if they really want to figure things out on their own. I guess I didn't think of it as helping out. I kind of thought of it as like being a part of it. So I didn't really think like how much do I overstep or not in that regards. Like I was a part of the company and we built it. And so I didn't feel that. But in regards to like other things that may not have anything to do with you. So for instance, I had a position in the company and my position initially was running shipping. And so I was shipping boxes from my living room floor. And then we went to your business partner's house because we were using his garage because we had grown so much. And then we got a warehouse. And so for me, the part of it was my position within the company was running the shipping department. So if I saw other things externally that were happening that necessarily I didn't agree with, I absolutely voiced my opinion because I felt like it was, I'd worked hard and I'm part of the company as well. But I never forced my opinion on you and judged you if you or your business partners made another decision. So I never held back because that's just not my personality, but I would absolutely respect that I've got my position, I'm running this, and I shouldn't force myself on other situations that I'm not actively involved in. And also just the respect of no one wants, the wives get the bad rap, right? They come in, they're opinionated, and they bulldoze everyone over, and I never wanted to feel that either. So I was very sensitive to that situation.
Yeah, it's interesting. Your answer, I think, sells you so short. If there's anything that you've had ninja-like deafness to, it has been the sensitivity of understanding how to just smash it from a value perspective and not be Yoko Ono. So you were the anti-Yoko Ono. You were so easy to deal with, and you knew, okay, my job is fulfillment and that entire universe, and you smashed it and crushed it. But at the same time, my partners and I ran the company, right? We were the only ones that had universal purview. We looked at everything. The three of us dealt with everything together. We each had our own universe, but we would come together. And you were never forcing the issue. You were never saying, oh, I should be in those meetings or anything like that. It was just very clear. That was the dynamic that we had. Now, I can't speak to the dynamic that you have or your husband has with his partners or whatever the case may be. But usually, if you're asking the question, it's because you know you're stepping up to the line, even if you're not crossing it. And since it's your husband, her husband, or boyfriend? Your significant other. How about that?
Husband.
So you should be able to have the world's most frank conversation with him and say, hey, I'm starting to worry about this. Am I crossing the line? Am I walking it perfectly? And if you guys need to get to the point where you both can, without being lashing out or anything, just really have a real conversation. And you need to be very open because it is so sensitive and wonderful and amazing of you to be asking this question. Now be open to receiving the answer, right? And if the answer is yes, it's getting a little stressful, whatever, his answer is, be open, be respectful to that, right? And then now, you have so proven, and part of the reason, by the way, there was an unbalance. So even though I would say that it would be pretty reasonable of you to take, you could even go as far as to say that you were a founder there, right? So definitely part of the founding team. And yet there was just an unspoken understanding of what the dynamic was because the three of us had been working together for so long as a partnership and then moved into this. And then we were inviting our significant others to be more involved in the business. And through that tenure there, you were so good and you learned so much about business that for me, it was a no-brainer to want to co-found this with you as an equal partner. So it's really been a journey and evolution for you as a business person to getting to this point where it is so clearly an equal value exchange for the two of us. So that's also something to think about, just because the dynamic that you have now is having to take the back seat, having to step back a little to give them their space. If you and your husband are really enjoying the process of working together, depending on what your path is and what you guys want to make come true, there can be another evolution beyond this.
Yeah. And you guys really gave me the space and respect to run my department how I felt it should be run. Obviously, there were like some overarching things that had to be done, whether I agreed with them or not. But you guys were very respectful in, the people we were hiring. Like that was me because I was working with them every day. So, I had a lot of freedom to run my department. And then when I moved over to media, working with Nick, who was the head of marketing, I mean, he was just incredible. We had the same vision, the same goal. And so, you butt heads with people, but I think that as long as you guys give each other the respect and listen to each other. So, that's one thing. You've obviously got some opinions on the business. And so you want to tell your husband, by the way the question's phrased, like you want to tell him, but you're not sure if you're overstepping the mark and if they should just figure it out on their own. Like if you've got a great idea, speak up. But if they don't pay attention to it, don't get offended by it.